You've heard about it all, seen it all, read it all. These technologies no longer hold any secrets for you. Hell, you've probably mentioned them over dinner or at work and have become the go-to person for questions about future innovations. Yet, technology is ever-changing, and this precious knowledge must be both managed and updated regularly. With this in mind, I've put together a list of the top 10 future technologies that are not on the public's radar as of today, but are likely to make big waves in the future. In today's video, we will be showing you amazing technologies you haven't seen before. Without further ado, let's begin. Number 1. Femtosecond Projection 2-Photon Lithography. 3D printing is a solution looking for a problem, and over the past decade, the technology has failed to find a target audience. On the one hand, 3D printers are still too expensive for the average Joe. On the other, they are not sophisticated and fast enough for large-scale manufacturing companies. This may change over the next few years. Researchers have developed a method that uses lasers to project millions of points simultaneously onto 3D printing material, instead of using one point at a time. And because they're bad at branding, they called it Femtosecond Projection TPL. Number 2. Li-Fi. The name says it all. Li-Fi aims to use light to transmit information from point A to point B. The technology works by encoding digital data and turning LED bulbs on and off faster than humans can notice to transfer it. The light then travels to a photoreceptor, which can decode and translate the data to a more classic radio frequency, Wi-Fi, 4G, 5G. There are a lot of advantages to doing things this way. One, the light being used, the speed at which the information is transmitted is very, very high, up to 100 bits, in theory, 5 times faster than 5G. Number 3. Energy storing bricks. Researchers have managed to store energy in the cheap red bricks we've been using for construction throughout the world for centuries. This process works for 2 reasons. Bricks are porous and contain something called hematite, which gives it its color. For these bricks to store and then release energy, researchers heat them to 160 degrees and vaporize their surface with hydrochloric acid mixed with an organic compound called EDOT. Number 4. Robotic bees. Let's be honest, it's not great out there, climate-wise, and that's killing bees, which we need to pollinate 35% of our crops, which we need for food, which we need for not being dead. Are we going to stop climate change to save the bees? Of course not. That's not how we roll. Instead, we're going to create robotic bees to pollinate plants, just as the real things do. And by we, I mean Walmart. Details are scarce, but most researchers estimate that the bees would work by attaching horsehair coated with ionic liquid gel to a tiny drone. The hair picks up pollen from one flower and moves it to the next. Researchers at Harvard have long been working on robo-bees using such techniques. Number 5. Unnamed Dynamic Neural Networks Technology. The neural network uses hidden layers to break down information into tiny pieces of easily understandable components, allowing a computer to inform a prediction about the nature of said input. It does this thanks to a wide array of training data and mathematical models. In doing so, it works similarly to our brain, hence the technology's name. This is far from new, but the world of data science has been on the lookout for faster and more efficient ways of using neural networks to serve the upcoming IoT revolution. Number 6. Seawater fuel. When it comes to energy, the sea remains a massive untapped resource. It's not like we're going to run out of it anytime soon, one with the North Pole melting. And according to researchers, it could soon be put to good use as fuel for ships. Bear with me. The process uses a potassium-promoted molybdenum carbide catalyst, bless you, to extract carbon dioxide from seawater, turning it into carbon monoxide via the reverse water-gas shift reaction. The carbon monoxide can in turn be converted into a hydrocarbon via the Fischer-Tropsch synthesis. Number 7. 20-minute water. The recipe was concocted especially for developing countries, remote areas where people don't have access to chemical treatments such as chlorine. It could save some of the 300,000 children under 5 who die worldwide every year of waterborne diseases such as cholera, typhoid, and hepatitis. It could also help some of the 2.2 billion people who don't have a wastewater treatment system. It's very cheap. The amount of silver used for the nanowires is so small the cost is negligible, and the electricity needed can be easily supplied by a small solar panel or a couple of 12-volt car batteries. Since the filter doesn't trap bacteria, killing them instead, it can have much larger pores, allowing water to speed through at a more rapid rate. Number 8. Zero-knowledge proof. What is it? Privacy. Ever heard of it? Computer scientists are perfecting a cryptographic tool we could use to prove something without revealing the information underlying the proof. It sounds incredible, but not impossible once you wrap your head around the concept and the fact that it's a bit more complex than saying "common bro." You know I'm good for it. Allow me to simplify through an example. Imagine, if you will, that a man named John has a blind friend named Jane. He also has in his possession 2 marbles of different colors, though they are identical in shape and size. Jane puts them behind her back and shows them to John. She then does it again, either changing the marble or showing the same one again, asking if this is the same as the marble previously shown. Number 9. YOLO v5. Real-time object detection is a technique used to detect objects from video. It's the underlying technology behind, well, most things we want to use in the future, from Tesla's self-driving cars to Amazon's cashierless stores. The YOLO, you only look once, models refer to some of the most versatile and famous real-time object detection and labeling models. The latest iteration, V5, of the model is worthy of this list for a couple of reasons. It's written in PyTorch, which will make its deployment to mobile a lot easier. It's also quick, very quick, 140 frames per second quickly, while also preserving accuracy. Finally, YOLO v5 is nearly 90% smaller than YOLO v4. This means it will be deployed to embedded devices much more easily. This innovation is important because it means we will soon be able to do real-time analysis, detecting and labeling videos 140 times per second. For context, previous models struggled to get to 10 frames per second. Number 10. 4D printing. The name 4D printing can lead to confusion. I am not implying that humanity will be able to create and access another dimension. Only Rubik can do that. Put simply, a 4D printed product is a 3D printed object which can change properties when a specific stimulus is applied, submerged underwater, heated, shaken, not stirred. The 4th D is therefore time. The time needed for the stimulus to be relevant. The key challenge of this technology is obviously finding the relevant smart material for all types of uses, namely a hydrogel or a shape memory polymer for the time being. Some work is being done in this space, but we're not even close to being customer ready, having yet to master reversible changes of certain materials. So guys, let me know your thoughts down in the comments section below. For more interesting content, give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. Have a nice day, and I will see you in the next video.